Everything looks good from where I'm sitting. Taxi to the runway and takeoff.
Any windsock? Ooh, look at that windsock. It's a gusty day. A lot of wind. Now look at that. Way to go, Sobo. Bumped a little. Stupid camera. No shake. Wind's almost down the runway. Let's see if it registers. Yeah, look at that. A little bit of a right crosswind.
transporter. Have a nice flight.
Oops. Oopsie, we overshot. That should do it. My ground check's probably all over the place.
Oh, you like subs? I like subs. Cool.
What's up, man? I pulled up a playlist. Songs about flying. And we're an old bird. Here's another one, another Frank Sinatra. Yeah, I'm enjoying the day off too. So we're heading out west. Not far west, but took off out of Carbondale. And we're going to go to this airport here, Branson. And because I'm taking some product there. And then over here is where the DC-6 is that we can afford, so it's close by. And I think I'm moving to the DC-6 after this. Well, I wonder if that's a little tiny freaking runway it's on. It is. There's a DC-6 here. Oh my God. Can you get it out? This could be challenging. Oh, it's the elevation. Okay. $3,000-foot runway. Cue the music. That could be. I'm gonna put. It's gonna cost me $2.4 million to put up to rent this thing without crash. Deposit. So if I crash, I lose deposit. And it's on this. It's a man trap, man. Oh yeah, I'll do it. And it's like 3,000-foot runway. Wait, what? We'll have to see what the overrun looks like. We do have the south winds out of the south today, so if it's out of the south over there, that'd be good. But if the end is clear down there and there's some overrun, we're going to start in the grass, I think. A prop plane. Turn those lights off and I'll forget to turn them back on. Wrong ones. Well, I'm off course. Guess the wind's not as bad up here. Maybe I should just go to that one, put that one into Dogwood 109.4. And we'll watch for it to be active. Yeah, I can see we're sliding right already. Looking at the ground. So let's go ahead. Let's do 275. See what that does. Probably pretty close. We'll see if that holds the needle. Only 27 miles from the VOR, and then we'll track outbound. No, I haven't caved and got the Duke yet. As I said, I've got the I just bought the PMDG DC6 the other day, so if I get the Duke, I'm gonna get the big pack, you know, the $69 jobby. You know, I haven't tested this DC3 to see if its trim is. I'm sure it probably does. I'm sure it probably doesn't. I'd be surprised. Here, let me turn autopilot off. I'll do the experiment. All right, we're gonna spin the trim up. And we're going to see if we can counteract it with forward pressure. All right, there's full deflection forward pressure. No? Do I have more trim on there? That's trimmed all the way up and I'm able to hold it. Oh my gosh. This is that DC3 enhanced. So here to double check. See the trim is all the way up and I'm able to use forward pressure on the yoke. I don't know if you can see that or not. I gotta hold it. Come over here. So I'm pushing the yoke forward because if I bring it back, it's gonna go up. So now let's do the down crank here. Bring the trim down. All right, now I'm neutral pressure. And we're gonna give it down trim and I'm pulling back to counter. See, this is what you should be able to do with a plane. So there, full down trim. And I still have some authority, not much, because I'm all the way back. So it needs about a 1/2 inch of authority. If I let off at any at all, she drops down. But it's a lot better than, say, some of the others. Let's just go 45 here. How's our needle looking? And I don't know what you have to adjust, if there's anything that can be adjusted, you know, unless you got to like redo an entire fucking air file or something. But I mean, if you could redo, you know, the aircraft and all the aircraft that way, that's the way it should be. And I'm assuming you know what I'm talking about. It's like in a real airplane, like say in a little Cessna 152, 172, you trim up, right? And the tab on the back moves, which pushes aerodynamic pressure on the elevator to move up or down, right? And you can counter that with your muscles in your arm on the yoke, push it forward and backwards. Now, the thing is you know, you don't have, because we don't have, unless you have a force feedback yoke where it pushes back and pulls on you, you know, you can't feel that. But the springs in you know, like the Alpha are pretty good. So where you have to push forward, you know, the more you have to push forward on it to counteract it. Hey, Iowa Scotsman is so, you know, it feels pretty good in that regard. But you should be able to still have full, basically full deflection to full deflection control on the elevator, regardless of the trim. And one of the big problems in flight sim, and this goes back to, I think I felt it in the Just Flight planes, the arrows. I don't know if I haven't tried it in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, but I think I had it back in P3D. So like you're coming in for landing, maybe you're too slow. Something's going on. Basically, you got enough airspeed to fly, but you don't have enough pitch, so you can make up for it by trimming up, right? But you're like full deflection. And that's not right. That shouldn't be that way. All right, 11 miles till the VOR. And we'll do a little course correction. What's our outbound going to be? Really? You're not going to give me... Oh, it's the Tango route. What is it? Let's look at the world low. All right, 256. There we go. Coming up on Farmington. So if whoever, you know, it just depends on, you know, how much play is in your yoke. But if like I said, if you just got enough to do a full deflection at the end, that's the way it should be. You know, whether it should be a linear and then maybe, you know, some kind of log spike or something at the end, to be able to override that trim. Iowa Scotsman, you know what I'm talking about, or do you know what we're talking about? I was talking about yesterday in Scotty's stream. The ATA does it real well the Milvis Blackbird Twin Cessna 310 did it well. They did some patches to it, so I don't know if it's as good or if they reeled it back in a little bit. I haven't tested it lately, so I'm not sure on its current status. So yeah, I'm just talking about being able to, at the ends of the yoke movement, full nose forward or full back, being able to override the trim if the trim is wound all the way in one direction or another. And you're like, well, what's that ever going to be used for? Well, you're right. You're never going to use it unless you get in that situation where you're in a flare landing and you run out of yoke space because there's basically more playability. It does it. I think it does it with the rudder trim too. With full deflection, you can actually get more rudder authority by going full deflection and then cranking the trim as well, which shouldn't be. So yeah, as I said, the A2A, you can you hold the yoke, you do the trim up, and you try to counter the trim by pushing the yoke. So if you're doing trim up, you ought to be able to counter that trim and still fly level by pushing the yoke forward, and then you ought to be able to have a little bit of space left to push forward and be able to pitch down, even though it's trimmed up. It's going to require your muscles basically to push the yoke down to do it. But that's what you need. That's what these aircraft need to be able to do. In my opinion, to be more realistic. And some, like I said, some of them do, most don't. I would guess. I don't know. I really haven't. I suppose I could get in the. Need to test it in the Asobo 152 and see what it does. I think I tried it in the PMDG DC6 and it wasn't having it. Yeah, I don't know about that. I wouldn't necessarily know how to do the cues. It would be similar to, building a motion sim. I think building a motion sim would be easier, code-wise. It says heading hold, but it doesn't have VOR hold, so I'm trying to find the wind spot. Course is 256. Current heading 248. Keep this centered. So my actual next flight sim project, I mean, outside of improving maybe some of the code for some of the things I have, adding airplanes to it, is going to be a GNS 530. If I ever get to it. Slipping to the right again. No, it shouldn't. I talked about this the other day. The hardest part for me, I have undiagnosed ADHD, but after reading and watching some videos on it, I'm 100% sure I have it. I get paralysis by analysis, overthinking things, and then I get distracted. So I'll have these spurts while I'll make a run on something, and then I'll break off for an extended period. I'll activate, something else, and then I'll eventually go back to it. So anyway, the question I have in my mind, when I don't have the details worked out, those buttons kind of look right though, is to decide, like the putting it together, right? Coding it up, the buttons and the encoder and everything. That's the easy part for this project. This project, the hard part would be is deciding how close to replication I want to make the instrument, the little panel. So how much work do I want to do? Because I could slapdash the buttons and make it work. But the question is how much work I want to put into it to make it as real as possible. And then if I decide to go for as real as possible, there's there's give and take, between those things. Is how far to go, right? So it's like, well, it's not going to be 100% accurate. It's not going to be 100% identical. But for the things that you are going to have, for it to look that way, how deep are you going to go, in the operation? Am I going to do laser etching and ablation, or just do sticker decals, or what? But coding the Arduino buttons is pretty easy. I've got this, although I haven't put the screen together with a unit yet. Actually, it doesn't need to be with a unit because the screen is on its own separate thing. But the screens I have require a little bit of assembly. They've got some parts to them. So again, making a box to hold it, putting the screen in. The screen is a HDMI, and I would plug that into my motherboard display port for the drive off the CPU. And I've tested this already with another screen, and basically it becomes a fifth monitor. It'd be a fifth monitor on my setup. That would be a little tiny fifth monitor, so I could actually put other things over to it if you wanted to. But then you do the alt click on the GNS 530, and it pops out the gauge window. You just drag that over to your other monitor, And two things you can do: you can maximize it, but you'll have the little window thing up there, or you just hit the alt enter, and boom, it maximizes to the monitor size. You get your GPS gauge, which is pretty cool. Occasionally, I catch myself daydreaming about, like, what if you were going to build a 737 sim, right? How would you do it? It's like the overhead panel. There's like 3 rows in the overhead panel, and so you break it down, and you start with 1 row, and then there's inside that row there's whatever 6 or 8 sub panels, and you just start with one at a time, and you go through them. It's like this: if you're going to make a sim of this, like a DC3 sim, the I mean, that panel would be hard to do, but like the overhead, that's easy. Um, Again, it comes down to the switches are easy. Um, even these, even these would be easy to do. But everything on here is the hard part is how close you want it to look like this, and then finding the measurements and everything for what it's going to look like. Um, but like all these switches, that stuff's all easy to do. The one thing that would be a little difficult is all this lettering, but I've got equipment that I can do it with. The problem is if you screw it up, it's a pain in the ass to start all over again. um, because the way I do it, I mean, there's a couple ways to do it. One way is to use a CNC and have it carve it out. Um, I prefer to do the laser ablation, so I've got the laser etcher on it. So what I would do is, come up with the lettering what I want. Had this board, whatever it is, probably piece of plexiglass that's cut out. If it's not white already, it could be clear. Spray paint it white, and then you spray paint it all black, and then a couple coats, and then you do the laser ablation, which you got to practice on some pieces to figure out how much you need to do for time and everything, to make it effective, to make it look right, and then so you get your formula worked out for your speeds, your time, your intensities, and all that stuff. Hope the damn thing doesn't break in the middle of it. But basically, you burn away the black and it leaves the white. And then after that's done, you give it like a matte clear coat or whatever. And then you mount mount the panel over your switches and everything. The other way to do it is whatever kind of black panel, and then you can do scratch off decals. Like they've got these like railroad decals that are, it's kind of like on a opaque paper, and the letters, and you basically press them down, and then you color the back of them with a pencil, and it causes the decal to come off and adhere to the surface, and then you give it a spray paint clear coat, and it seals it in. That's what I did with this. I know you can't see it, but this does have lettering on it. Yeah, see, so you've got that obsession drive, right, to keep plowing through, and that's Trevor's that way. Maybe that's a Canadian thing, but Trevor is very good at hyper focusing on task and completing it. I'm horrible at it. I have a disability. I have a lot of creativity. I have great ideas. I get ideas all the time about stuff, and I think about how I would do them, you know, and kind of partial work that out. A lot of times, what I'll do is I'll build, if I'm going to do something, I'll build a rough proof of concept and then make improvements on it, and then come up with a final good enough version, and then do it. It's like this radio, this radio is kind of nice, but this panel's loose. It's never been screwed on. It's just being held on by the encoders. And there's no. This is a clear panel. It's been spray painted black, but it doesn't have any. I think it's clear, is it? Unless it's white. I can't remember if it's white underneath or not. I think it's clear. But I've done no laser ablation to it, no lettering or anything. So remember, it might be white. Let me look. It is white. It is opaque white. So I could laser ablate it and probably get some stuff on there, but again, I would have to do some testing, and of course the paint I used on this, it's been a while. I don't know how good it would go. I might still have some pieces that I painted to test on. It'd be risky. There's Cat Agar. Popcorn and puppies. Delicious. So if you're just joining us, we're making a flight, and we're gonna get a little bit of extra money, and then we're gonna go to this airport. Let's get this little 3,000 foot runway, because there's a DC-6 there in NeoFly, and I suppose I could just change over to a DC-6, see if I could take it off there, then start to fly it over again, then rent the airplane, see if it's possible to get it off the ground. Anyway, to rent this DC-6, it's going to take all my monies. When I unrent this DC-3, I'll get 800,000 back, and I got $1.6 million. And so basically, it's going to take all my money except for whatever I'm going to earn on this flight, probably 90,000. But if I crash the DC-6, I lose that money. And this thing is on a little tiny airport with a 3,000 foot runway. It's probably got trees at the end too.
It's not a good flying song. I don't like it. I don't like this one either. I don't like that one either. It's getting stupid now.
I don't remember this one. Beatles? I wonder if it's a White Album song. It's showing Sgt. Pepper. No, Magical Mysteries Tour. That's what it was, not Sgt. Pepper. There we go. That makes more sense.
Let's see, maybe we'll go to stream list and see where we want to start at. Let's go to this one. It's an old favorite.
I almost felt like I wanted a nap. I was thinking about taking a nap instead of streaming. I'm like, well, man, it's the airplane's there. It's just a couple 100 miles down the road. We make this flight. We could finally get in the DC-6. Wreck it and lose all that money. I had some Taco Bell earlier, and I got some Coca-Cola in the cup. I may be over the hump. It might have been that Taco Bell and some of them cookies I ate that was making me sleepy. I believe this airplane is free. Free to install on the Microsoft Marketplace if you don't have it. And if you get it, go get that Duckworks mod for it. Oh, they added a Duckworks added a workable door. Hey people, how's it going back there? Feels like it's out of center. Just don't look down. Looks great. How's our needle looking? Holding it. So we got to fly 250 to hold 256. 50 miles down the road. How far is it? How far is it? $108 miles minus 54. Oh my God, we're halfway. That's right.
It's the air traffic controller song. So welcome to the Fisher Geek stream. This is where we fly airplanes and listen to music, and then we bitch about Microsoft. Let's write a poem. Microsoft, oh Microsoft, how do I loathe thee? Let me count the ways. So why do you make change for the sake of change? It's you hire these engineers. There's some dumb young kid. They think they know it all. Meanwhile, you got adults who've been using your products for 20 years, And what are you going to do? You're going to change the interface. The interface we all know and love. We know how to do. We don't have to think about it. Second nature. And what do? You change the interface. You go, well, let's get rid of them stupid menus. And they said, we're going to go to tabs and buttons. And Microsoft comes along and they go, hello, consumers. We're going to, it's been a long, long time since we put one out. We're going to put out a new flight simulator for you guys. Yay. And I was like, oh my goodness, they're going to make another flight simulator. It's going to be so awesome. This is great. You know, think about current technology and stuff. Yes, we're going to use Bing Maps. You're going to have photoreal scenery everywhere. Oh, really? That's cool. That's cool because, you know, you can do VFR flying and stuff, you know. You got to look out the window and it's the rivers and the roads and the towns and stuff. And then there's towers and stuff. Well, there are no towers. So what do you mean there's no towers? Well, there are no obstructions either. So what do you mean there's no obstructions? You know, there's like a database of all those fucking towers, and it's accessible, and people can get them, and you've got the models in there, and it would be really easy to do. You could pull it from, oh, I don't know, Flight Sim 10.
I need, you know, like one of those face changer things, and put Melvin up here. Let's see if I got a picture of him. Somebody did they took a picture of Melvin, and they did they had AI basically recreate Melvin. Let me add a thing here. Let's see. Create image. Melvin. See, let's bring him down and put him right above. Keep coming down. Right above face cam.
So here we are. All I need is like the mouse to move. If I could like move my head, that would be awesome. It's Big Melvin. It's a Melvin rant. So goddamn, is this other VOR not working? What the hell? Where's the switch over? The 109.4.
Well, see, that was the thing, right? So that's what everyone says about Melvin, and then he used to get pissed off and fucking hit people with a baseball bat over it. But in GTA, but then I kind of got away from that. We just would go back to just trading barbs. But that's generally the first, the first insult that people would give Melvin. They would say, "So what? Are you, Ronald McDonald?"
I say, you can go fuck yourself. That's what your mom calls me. Your mom likes my Big Mac. Tell her quit texting me. Stop sending me pictures of her saggy boobs. Said, you don't know. It's a quarter pounder. Doesn't sound like much till it hits you in the forehead.
Ah, there's that other VOR. 109.4. Or we can do this. There you go. We put Melvin on the right and me on the left. Let's see if I can do this. So for you, let's see, would that be, yes, the right channel. So see if this works right.
So I'm over here.
And I'm over here.
How's it going, dummy?
You're the dummy. I'm not the dummy.
No, you're the dummy. You don't know how to do this. You don't know how to fly.
Fuck you, man. Did that work or was it opposite? Ah! There we go. I got Melvin, so I'll just bring him up anytime I need him. Anytime I need him.
Can go both ways. I said, I'm over here. Now I'm over here.
If you got headphones. $49 miles. And then we got to drive another 30 miles. 33 miles. Then we got to drop a cargo, and then after we drop the cargo, then we got to fly. Uh-oh. Weather might get shitty too. After we drop the cargo, then we got to make a 35-mile trip. There might be some money to be made there. We're getting into there's some weather ahead. What do we got? Excuse me. Is that a convective segment? Light, moderate.
Yes, convective segment, 7-6 central, It's about until 2155 Zulu for Missouri, Arkansas, Texas, and Oklahoma. From 30 miles south-southwest of Springfield, Missouri to 60 miles south-southeast of Fort Smith to 20 miles northwest of Golf to 30 miles north of Alpha Charlie Tango. I don't know these places. To, is that 30? 30 miles south of Oscar Sierra Whiskey to 30 miles south-southwest of Springfield, Missouri. Area thunderstorms moving from 25.
Start over.
So moving from 250-409 south above flight level 450. Nothing about tornadoes. No tornadoes.
You know, it'd be cool to be able to like turn on X-ray vision and see like wireframe the pistons moving. I'm sure that wouldn't take up any computer cycles. Blah. Pilot the Bombardier. $40 miles out. Looks like we might be sliding a little bit to the right. Needle's going a little left. We'll turn left a degree. Let's go 2 degrees. The title of this song is April 29th, but he sings April 26th, which is confusing. What is the angular size of the sun? Half a degree. So the Earth rotates 15 degrees every hour. So let me see here. 15 degrees. Divided by 60 minutes equals 0.25 degrees every minute. Is that right? So every 2 minutes. Is that right? So 15 degrees in an hour. So there's 30 of those. So yeah, every 2 minutes the sun moves a disk across the sky. If I got that right. Same for the moon. $30 miles out. Do not operate this aircraft in known icing conditions. You will die. Icing's a bitch. That was one thing, man. Icing reports, pilot reports, when I was a controller. In the quest to avoid liability as an air traffic controller, to not have the government buy a plane full of people, we'd have, in the fall and in spring and winter, obviously, but usually in the fall and the spring, you get those, it's above freezing on the ground. It doesn't take long, depending on what the temperature is and, what the precipitation is, what the clouds are like and stuff, for there to be ice conditions. And you get, warm fronts, cold fronts, things like that, where you get stuff in layers, where you got, like a cold pushing in up underneath a warm front stuff. And so with the pilot reports, if we were going to have icing in the area like that, is what we would do is, and we could do it pretty well too. It was amazing. Especially if the front wasn't moving very fast or if it was moving slow, sort of thing, like a stationary front or one that's the warm front that's moving very slow. We would map that icing out with the pilot reports, especially with like the regional jets that are flying through it. We get the tops, bases tops, when the pilots would be into it and out of it. And, with those reports, then we could, the next plane had to go through it, say, okay, you're going to hit the bases at X. Expect light moderate icing in the clouds. You break out at 8,000, and you'll be on top of it. And they'll come back and like, God damn, that's just exactly what, exactly like you said. It's like, well, fucking other pilots went through it and told us, but we would map this out. I would even, take a piece of paper, scratch paper, and draw it out, and mark what was where the altitudes were and stuff. And, again, where you get like a warm front and a cold front, where you got this slant area, you might have, on this side of the line, you'll have freezing, at 8,000, but on this side of the line over here, it's not freezing, at 8,000. Maybe it's freezing up here at 12. But, that was kind of a fun part of the job. That was, as far as like getting the accurate information, keeping the information up to date, and, handing it to the pilot so that they could, make their decisions. If we had guys like small planes, say we had a not too thick a cloud deck, like maybe it was, you know, 1,500 to 4,000, but there was icing in the clouds, and you got a bonanza or somebody's got to come in on an ILS, you know, we'd give them pilots discretion descent. We'd get them on the localizer out there, you know, and we'd clear them, and that way they could start down when they wanted to, if they wanted to hold it off and then dive through that shit, you know. Instead of, you know, keep them above it until we had to descend them into it, and then keep them out of it as much as possible. $19 miles. And then our new course after here is going to be 207. That may be right into the wind. That shit's all gone now. I don't do that shit anymore. It was over like that. I got out of college, got hired by the FAA, became air traffic controller. 25 years later, out the door. It's like graduating high school all over again. Took all my skills and experience out the door with me. I went back for a little over a year to as a contract trainer, but it happened during COVID, and I got fed up with that shit, and I was like, no, I'm done. The FAA's been mismanaged since ever since. The problem is the people who are managers in the FAA are close to the end of their career, so they don't stay in very long. So they'll get like this master plan of something that's going to, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And somebody will start a plan. Maybe it's an administrator or something. And then they retire, get out. Somebody else takes it over, and things change, or the rollout, you know, new technology comes before the end of the rollout happens, because they don't get the funding they need, because, oh, well, we'll just work with what we got for now. And they've done that with the staffing. And so now you have air traffic controllers all over the United States who are working 6 days a week, overtime, and in some cases 10-hour days. And they've got very few fully rated controllers, probably half, maybe less in some instances. I know, like at my old facility, it's less than half are fully rated. And then you've got others that are, you know, you got some people that may be tower rated or whatever, still training on radar, and then you got other trainees coming in, but they're outnumbered. The fully rated controllers who are training the trainees are outnumbered, and they're overworked, and they're fatigued, and they're tired, and they're burnt out, and they hate life. Overtime money is a nice novelty, because most of my career I didn't get it. They were the FAA government was stingy with it. We don't have the budget for that. You know, only big facilities got it. They would have to loan it down to other facilities for if they needed it. So basically, you know, we had the bodies. You didn't use overtime. But now there's no way about it. They have to pay it. But it's paying a controller overtime is cheaper than hiring a body, because you don't pay benefits. Like I said, you know, 1 or 2 years of that to get caught up. But the problem is like to get trainees fully certified from when they walk in the door. I mean, depending on the facility. If it's a small facility, it might take a year, maybe less. A big facility, it might be 3 years. And it really depends on the line that's in front of them, which they've got backed up out the door now. So you got people, we've had people go into facilities. I know, like some big facilities, like some centers, they had people sitting on their ass for years, literal years, without ever being down on the floor yet. Up in classroom, self-study shit, because they don't have room for them on the floor to train them, because they don't have the trainers to train them. Fully staffed, there should be 14 to 15,000 air traffic controllers in the U.S. And when I left in 2017, it was, they were at about 12,000 with 3,000 eligible to go out the door. And it hasn't improved any, and it's only gotten worse, I think. I don't know how many cert they have, if it's 9 or 10, maybe, I don't know. If I was still working, I would have to retire this year. I turned 56 this year. I texted a controller I used to work with, younger guy, today. I sent him a text. I said, today's affirmation. As you consider the hell that is your daily grind in life, be grateful that there's a steady paycheck in it. There was some I was talking to him about yeah, there's been a number of controllers that quit because they can't, because of low staffing, you can't move. It's hard to let's start a turn here. You can't get to where, like, say there was a guy that wanted to get back to Georgia because that's where he was from, and they weren't allowing any moves. Even if you got picked up or whatever, you couldn't get released, or it'd be a couple of years. Well, he kind of got fed up, and some people have done this where they quit. They just straight up quit. I'm like, what the fuck you mean you straight up quit? You can throw away that, it's like, no, I'm just, because what some people were doing, and they did this for a while, but now it's like, if you quit, you got a year on the street before you can reapply. They'll move back to their hometown area and they'll go, I was certified, and they'll go back to the facility that they want to go to, and they'll go, I'd like to be hired, and then they'll get rehired in the government FAA. But that's a fucking risky move. But some people have quit and just gone on to other jobs. There was a dude that was offered like a teaching job at a university for a controller CTI training program, and it's like, why the fuck would you get your 20 years in, get a retirement, keep the benefits? Because I'm not sure, depending on what a school is or how long a CTI program is going to last, because things always change in the government, or where they pull people from. But I don't know. It just floors me that you would walk away from a retirement, benefits, healthcare. And it's good money. Fucking millennials. And their little zennial brothers. Gen Z, yo. I love how every article that's ever written always compares and contrasts boomers, millennials, and Gen Z. And they don't mention my generation, which is Generation X, X generation, 65 to 80. Good 15 years of a whole bunch of people that were fucking born. But that's all right. As children, we were ignored. Come on, Chrome, carry the 2. Didn't I follow him? Oh, looky there. We are right about here.
So we got the weather out in front of us.
We just passed this VOR. We're heading down this route here. We got 22 miles to go, and we're going to land at this airport, which is Branson. Yes, that's Branson, Missouri.
And then after that, we're going to fly over to this little tiny airport over here. That's the auto weather's getting, it looks like it's getting murky out there.
We got at the Branson airport. Oh my God. There's a north-south runway. What do they got here? Let's see. To open it. Yeah. What kind of runway you got? Oh, it's going to be ugly. It's a northwest southeast runway. And the wind is 180 at 12, gust 23.
I don't know what that means, they say.
That means the wind is out of the south at 12 knots, gusting to 23. What's a knot? It's like 1.15 miles per hour. So, say 15 miles an hour, gusting to 25, 6, 7 miles an hour. And we're going to be coming in, landing. As we're landing, that wind is going to be coming off our right side, so it's going to be tricky. It's well worth the price of admission. And if I'm lucky, I won't crash the airplane. 15 miles out in front of us. It has Branson, Missouri. See, it's all we're in the Ozarks. We're getting the Ozark Mountains here, which are more like foothills, but
They call them mountains.
hey, check this out. Check this out. Watch. Hi, I'm here. I'm your host, and with me I have my good buddy Melvin.
So, hey, how's it going? They said Melvin's in control. So my plane, I got it. There's an antenna out there. See that antenna? You can't get that in the stock Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's an add-on. You got to go to a webpage and look up We Love VFR. And somebody's guys, I think they're from France. Because the French people, they're all in the Flight Simulator. And then you put it in the folder that's called the community folder. And then it puts the antennas on the ground. Because they didn't include it in this Flight Simulator. But every other flight simulator before it and around it and all over the place has the goddamn antennas in there because the database is there and anybody can get the database and download it and then plot their antennas. But did they do it? No. But they got all this. Look at all this scenery. This is all real world like satellite scenery from their fucking Bing maps. But they can't put the goddamn antennas in. So I'm gonna go have a seat.
I believe so. I believe X-Plane had him, yeah. 19 miles, 10, 13 miles, 12, 13 miles ago. We might be able to see that where we're at here. Let's zoom in. Yes, I think I know where we're at. So now we're using our. Let me turn off the weather. So we're coming down. We got this river here, right? So see this little loop right here. I think we're a little bit right of course, but I think, or a little left. Yeah, no, we're right of course because we're coming up over this loop here. So the airport's right here, so it should be just ahead and to our left a little bit, somewhere out there. And see the river goes around over there. There's that little spiky thing there. Actually, if we're over here, that's good because we're set up for a good left base entry for this runway. We're going to land to the southeast. Might have to widen out a little bit. Should probably turn the autopilot off. Maybe start down. Widen out to the west just a little bit. Time for the money shot. So we're about 10 miles out or so. 9 miles out. That little airport over there somewhere to the right. Maybe I should stay back on the needle until I find it, because I don't see it. Oh, that big antenna I pointed out earlier? That was right here. Okay, there's that. We still got a ways to go. Let me get back on that. Let's bring the power back up. $20 miles. So that's 6 miles. 6 miles from the airport. And we're almost back on the line, so it's almost off the nose. Is that it? I think that's it on that hill there. That's what I think that's it on that plateau. Alrighty. It's gotta be it. Right here. Now, because we have this crosswind, I'm not going to go any more than like 1 notch of flaps. Let's go ahead and get her dirty. Gear down. Get some turbulence off these hills with the wind. If
Microsoft contrived turbulence kicks in on us.
All right, get the speed down far enough to put in a notch of flappies. All right, let's get her trimmed for about 90, 95, 90, somewhere between 90 and 95. Power all the way back. It's gonna suck. I might have to use that rudder authority cheat. I can't get it straightened out. Got some power, got some trees there. A little low. There we go. Oh, speed's getting too low. Bring them throttles up, nose it over. Push down. All right. Back them off. We got the runway now. Back them off. All the way. Here we go. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
We have touchdown.
Oh, shit. I'm still flying the plane.
Transporter from dispatch.
Oh.
Clear the runway
Working
and
around.
taxi to parking.
Working the rudders. We get it. He gets out of the plane and kisses the ground. Somebody see a ramp around here somewhere?
Good job, dummy. So nobody dies. I thought I was gonna die. I think my underwear died. I'll get that flaps up for you.
Branson, Missouri is like redneck Aspen. Poor man's Aspen.
Oh look, there's a little man. Hello, little man.
Wait, you gotta put Melvin back up, dummy.
Yes. Oh, let's go see the little man. He's gonna park us. Watch, he's gonna have his little flashlights. He's gonna take his little lightsabers. Oh, he's got his lightsabers up. Let's not kill the little man. Oh, he wants me to turn a little bit. He says turn a little bit. All right. He says looks good. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. He says.
Stand by, pilot. Cargo unloading.
I'm not stopped yet. What do you mean? Cargo unloading.
That was weird. It shouldn't be doing that. Maybe my engine died. Cue the Microsoft.
Transporter. Another cargo mission completed. Thanks, and see you soon.
Thank you.
Everything is on board.
Let's see if there's we got a little job maybe that runs over there. Distance. Oops. Distance minimum. Phew. Click out. Click to this one. Click back. Oh, come on. You don't have it because I landed here. Fine. We'll just fly. Well, wait a minute. Let's look at this. Goods market 2, hotel 2. That's where we want to go. Let's see what they're. Can we make any money? Medicine, no medicine. Phones. Nothing. All right, we'll just fly over there. No, don't exit. No exit. So, do we have any kind of navigational aid? We could tune that one. Let's see, 317 to get there. We could look out the window and just navigate visually. So here's what we can do. Here are the options. Here's where we're at. Here's where we want to go. and it's only 35 miles. And we got a lot of like river stuff here, which will help us, and some towns and stuff. So we could just, we got a little bit of, we got a crosswind, wind's blowing out of the south, right? So we probably need to fly like maybe a 310 heading, and that'll keep us on track. We do have a railroad here that runs there. We could follow that to a certain degree. So we could probably navigate this visually. Maybe we'll do that. So, or I could tune in this VOR down here, and we could do this. Put this in the plan, and then know that this airport is on the 325 radial at 45. We could fly out here at like a 290, intercept that radial, and just track it in until we get 45 miles from this thing, and we'll see the airport. So, but I think we'll just do it. I think we'll just do it visually. And then if we have to, we'll dial something up. So 317. Let's see, we get this airplane started back up again. All right. Let's see, pumps. Bring those up. Did it go? Did it catch? Let's see if the next one will catch.
Everything looks good from where I'm sitting. Taxi to the runway and take off.
All right then. Oops, it didn't take that out. See if I can take those off. Might not let me. God damn it. Stupid engine.
Everything looks good from where I'm sitting. Taxi to the runway and take off.
All right. Right aileron. Powered up. Let's go. Right aileron, left rudder. Let's hold her straight. More left rudder. More left rudder. More left rudder. Come on. There you go. There you go. Keep going. Keep going. Hold it. Hold that aileron in there. Just a little bit. There we are. Look at that.
Enjoy your personal flight, pilot. You can search for more jobs after you land.
It's murky out there. Suppose I could stretch. So I got the VR styled out. I can stretch this over here like this. Put that in the flight plan, and then that would be 264. So when I cross the 264, we'll be at the airport. Oh, look, a dam. Need a cookie. Who damn? Could be an airport. The head off our nose. Little airport we'll be passing. There's an airport.
Look, it's Branson Development.
All right, next next landmark will be some curves in a river. Probably that river over there. Part of it. Yeah. So we're looking for this little feature here, and we're about here somewhere. There's a river over there.
And it'll snake around. It's gonna come back around over here.
Uh-oh. It's getting awful murky out here.
And those hills are getting higher.
It's gonna be a contact approach. Oh shit.
So we got rain on the pane. Let's just stick my head out the window. Well, that's the loop. We're just passing north of it, so we're on course. Should be a tower right here off our nose. 1,500 feet. We're at 25, so it'll be 1,000 feet below us. See Microsoft? Looking for that tower. So we're just gonna miss it. Oh look, we got the road and the railroad over here. See, that's right here. So we can follow that, and that takes us to the airport if we want to follow that. There's the power lines right here. See the power lines going up there. That's a straight line. That takes us to the airport too. We can follow that. So there's a little hamlet up here on the right with another little tower. There's the tower. I found it. I see it right there. So we're coming up quick on that airport. It's less than 5 miles away.
Let's get back inside. I see our needle ought to be centering up soon. Oh boy. Windshield wipers ain't gonna fix that.
I'm scared.
Is that the airport? Or is that a road? I think it's just a road. Oh, we're almost on top of it.
So we're special VFR. It's special, all right.
We're on top of it. There it is. Now see if you can get turned around. Oh, fuck.
So this is where we're doing ground reference maneuvers. We're going to keep an eye on the lines here. Let's see if we can keep it inside a country mile. Dropping like a rock. Bring the power back up. There's the airport off the nose. Nice and flaps. So we got a headwind, so we're gonna kite out here. It's just fine. I can't find the runway alignment though. It's north-south, so there's a road. There's a light. I still don't see the runway. Bringing the power back up. Where the hell did it go? I don't see the runway. Wait, I think I got it. See that postage stamp down there? That's what we're gonna land on. It's a sidewalk. Don't hit the post, man. We better go. You know what? They said we're gonna go more flaps. The wind should be right down the runway. Three quarters. We're gonna touch down at like 30 knots on the ground. It's the gust that kill you.
This is so short. All right, power off. Come on.
That was a harder landing than we like.
I
to
don't
see
give a
in
shit.
Thailand.
We're still flying.
Taxi to parking and shut down your engine.
We haven't even landed yet. All right, we finally got on the ground. I think I can get that 6 out of here. Question is if we can get the gear, the wheels off the ground on that DC6. Should I test it before I gamble? Turn, you fucker.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, we're getting out of here. Return rented aircraft. $2.6. I watch it not be here. Here it is. It's the Alaska Airlines. No, give us a little bit left over. Let's go change airplanes. Oh, I need to. Oh,
Start your engine.
I need to change my my setup. We got to change into the quad prop. I go to the because I don't have 4 prop handles. I go to the 4 jet handles. We have arrived. If you can get off the ground, you'll be a daisy if you do. Listen to the rain. I'm just going to sleep in the cockpit. Goddamn, now I do want to go take a nap. Ain't that nice? We're just gonna take a nap here. Wait on the rain to pass. Do you have to work tomorrow? Do you have to get up for anything tomorrow? I might have to take a nap and come back. Let's see if we can get this thing off this runway without crashing it. Oh, locks are on. That's always important. It's embarrassing if you're trying to take off with the locks. This is kind of weird. See how slow that moves? I pull my yoke all the way back, and it's like they've got it. It's restricted speed wise. Oh, which reminds me. Controller options. Bravo quadrant. Let's see, prop planes. 4 engine prop. What does it move so slow? That works. Let's make sure this registers here. What kind of jobs we got out of here? Let's look at that. Wonder if I need to restart. Let me restart NeoFly. And just to see if it registers, changes the, oh, somebody. All right, that's good. All you got to do is get this here DC-6 off this runway and it's yours. It's yours. Oh, look at the weight. It's like twice the weight of the DC-3. Oh, look at that. Big bunnies. Big bunnies. Let's just look at the passengers. Let's see what we get for passengers. 43 passengers. Dead at the end of the runway. Oh, here's a 1 kilo 4. I wonder if that's another little tiny little goddamn airport. 7 passengers, 81,000. That's 200 miles away. Boy, this is gonna open some doors. All right, let's just look at boxes. Let's see what regular boxes. Big time. Let's compare distance. See if we got any. Oh, look at this Berg stuff here. Those are, oh, that's so close. Okay. All right, let's try the Fragile. Time sensitive. We could just hop over to Springfield. It's pretty close. You have bodies that want to go to Springfield? Distance. All right. Oh, we do have some bodies. Be a short flight. Get us over to real airport. $56 passengers. Jesus. How about this? Let's see, 6, 10, 17. No, can't do that. So, what about this? I wish this would zoom. It's a little bit better. I can see a little bit better with these glasses on. These are my arm and a foot look screen glasses. See, that's 3, that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 6. So those top 3 be... Anyway, maybe I just don't, maybe I don't want to risk it so much. Maybe I should just take the fragile. Just take the 40,000. Although I've never loaded this plane out, so I don't know how well that's going to go. What we got up here at Springfield? Weather at Springfield is... Well, I get the runway lines with it. Winds 210 at 14, gust 23. 4,400 overcast. 271. So that could work. Maybe we just take these bodies. 9,200 pounds.
Good day, pilot. We have a lot of excited passengers ready to board today. Let me know when you are ready for them. Pilot from dispatch. Boarding passenger. Please stand by.
Here we go. Oh, look, there's nothing for pilot. We have 9,200 pounds. Actually, let's just go ahead and make ourselves 200. That's more realistic anyway. And then our co-pilot can be 200. And then...
Head count complete. Everyone is accounted for. Time to take off.
And then we've got 9,000 pounds to put on here. So we'll go... Oops. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 6, 7, 8. Payload matching. All right, let's look at the fuel tanks. Oof. I think we're only going to need left main, right main for now, but we'll go with that. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done this. All right. Where's everything at again? All right. It's all starting to come back to me. I've only started this thing up a couple times. Here's the one nice thing I like about this is this right here. Engine stress visualizer. When you get things running and you get all green checks, you basically at a glance, you go, okay, let's go for the green check marks. Can't look back there. I look down. My neck's getting cramped. I remember how to start it. What I want to look at is, can't remember where the okay, there's superchargers, which I won't need on this flight. Unless I use them to take off with, blow the engines. Oh, here we are. This is where it's at. Okay. Not that those matter really, because I don't even think they're hooked up. People are like, well, when's it gonna start the fucking thing up? When are we gonna get out of here? Let's go ahead and push back. We're gonna need some space. Whoa. Come on. Really? There we go. Shut up, man. Now I gotta start it. Look down, recenter. Let's see. Let's get this one on. That on. I don't know if that does anything. What about the rest of these? Here's some things going on. Torpedo. I don't know what that turned on. What I do know is we're gonna go engine selector. We start at 4, and we'll go ahead and turn all the boost pumps on. Then we do, what is it? Boost, prime. Turn that to both. Start, maybe?
3, 6, 9, 12.
I don't have to hold it, do I? There's one. Actually, that's number 4.
6, 9, 12.
I don't see a. I don't see a. Okay, that works. Where's the heading? Now we're heading east. It shows east, but there's no kind of heading bug or nothing. All right. All right, then. Springfield SGF. This is gonna be a hand flying. 40 040. It's only 22 miles, so it's gonna be up and down. Got a little bit of rain out there. There's the gas pumps, please. Little differential braking. Oh my lord. What kind of flaps we want for takeoff? That's the question. It's not enough runway. How come I'm not seeing the flaps position change? We're going to use some of this grass. The options are you use some of the grass on this end or you use some of the grass on the other end. All right. Where? Set parking brake here. How come my flats position isn't going down? Well, they are there. Did I forget some gauge electricity someplace along the way? Avionics? I got a switch not working somewhere. Because I'm not showing any power on the radios. All right. Okay, it's lights. Battery power. Generator controls. Now we got readings. Oh, look. I still have some things to learn. Alrighty then. We got a little. What kind of heading bug? We got a cheap PS though. Could put flight plan in and then it slave to the thing. All right, ready to go. Let's bring them powers up, see what happens. Make sure that props all the way up. Yep. Feeling good. All right, we're gonna do this. There's 80 knots. Not a problem. We can fly now.
Have a safe trip. We hope you enjoyed your stay here. We'll look forward to
Here's coming
welcoming
up.
you back soon.
Flappage coming up. Left turn to 040. Probably back this off again so we don't have to redline the engines, right? She feels good. I got no back pressure now. Oops, overshot. Trim it up, trim it down a little bit. We're gonna do a low level bomb run. Let's back these off a little more. Let's come back to 35 be too much? Goddamn, the Wright brothers flew higher than you did. Oh, IFR, I got that road over there. That leads right there to it. got off course looking around. See that slant road? It goes, kind of goes right to the airport eventually. So we need to cross over it. We're descending. Nose it up.
See that tower out there, Microsoft?
Well, let's check our greens. Oil pressure. It's because I don't have enough RPM or I have too much. Oh, you know what? That's it. Forgot to bring that back. That makes a difference. There we go. See if that gets our oil pressure. I don't know where the oil pressure is. God damn it. Climbing, dummy. Holy shit, we jumped up to 4,000 feet. I see stacks. I think I know where I'm at. We got about another 10 miles to go. I could be wrong. Wait, there's an airport. Is that our airport? Are we there already? Holy shit. That looks like the airport. That's our airport. We're there already. God damn. I gotta get this bird to slow up and descend. How to shut off the gear horn? That's the question. What's our gear lower speed? Damn it. Flaps 174. So the gear, as long as we're under 174, the gear ought to be good, right? Yep. Look at a bottom drop out of this thing. Well, it should be 210, but where's that fucking runway? Is that it? Guess that's it over there. One more notch. So bring that nose down. Slow it up. Oof. I am not used to this plane. Let's see if we can land it.
Well, you've landed. We'll send maintenance to check the gear after you park.
Really?
Contact ground for your parking assignment, then shut down your engine.
They gig me for taxi speed over 30 knots. That's bullshit. Oh, my landing lights were off. Guess those aren't hooked up. Stupid PMDG. We're gonna have to practice. What was my landing speed? $325. Wonder if I did damage to the plane. I'll have to see because it was pretty good. It was in good condition. I'll have to see if there was wear and tear put on it. First shitty flight. And the DC-6, we don't know how to fly very well. It flew us. My kingdom for a heading bug, man. I can turn the OBS knob. Yeah, anything over 200 they get shitty with. So like if you're carrying fragile cargo, and you land over 200, you're gonna break some. It's gonna cost you money.
So we're going to this tower. I'm gonna go up there and beat their ass. Those poor overworked air traffic controllers.
Shit, I don't know how to shut them down. I guess I'm gonna have to.
Transporter. Disembarkation in progress. Stand by.
Maybe take that as a shutdown. All right, I'll take it. Oh, it says 94. That's a whole maintenance.
Okay, pilot. That's all the passengers off the plane. Thank you. Over and out.
You are clear to start your engine. You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
Excuse me. All right. Well, that was a start anyway. I think I'm gonna jump off and maybe take a nap. Oh look, there's